Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Dr. Candice, your board certified pediatrician and kid health expert. Today, the word in the clinic is ACEs. What is ACEs? If you've already heard of ACEs and you know what it is, and I'm not talking about a game of spades and you got the ace and you got a bomb hand. But if you already know, then you're ahead of the game. You're aware. But today, I want to make everyone that's listening to me, please share this out. I want to help everyone to be ACE aware today. I promised after I left our ACE conference this week that would be one of my goals, is to continue to spread awareness in my community, my circle of influence. And so this is part of that today. And I talk to my patients and families about this, and ACEs is definitely a huge part of pediatrics, and I will tell you why. What is ACEs? Adverse childhood experiences. You may also hear childhood trauma. You may hear toxic stress. I don't know why I'm not seeing everybody pop up here. Share to group. Okay, anyway. You may hear those words as kind of synonymous terms for ACEs, and that's fine. But basically, research, Frederick Douglass, hundreds of years ago, intuitively knew what ACEs were. We all intuitively know what it is because he said it's better to build a strong child than to repair a broken man. And so, hey, Marcy, hey, LaShanta, how are you guys doing? Thanks for watching. And so we now know through evidence from the original ACE study in 1998 and all the evidence and studies that have come from that there is a connection between ACEs, childhood trauma, and toxic stress, which I'll tell you what that is, and poor health outcomes. So we know, and we want everybody to be aware that some things that happen in our childhoods can still be the source of all of our troubles, our health problems, our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It still has an impact. I always say that adult problems have childhood roots. And we can make a difference even in the healthcare industry when we talk about money and we talk about morbidity and we talk about suffering. When you talk about a person who has had multiple cancers, heart attack, just bad health, and we can look back through the science now and say, oh, that might have been set off from the fact that they were physically, sexually abused, or they lived in a violent community. All of these things. And so the connections are now being made. I know I seem passionate about this, but it means a lot to me to start to heal from that, to try to counteract that process and make a difference in people's lives, their health and their well-being. So let's move on. I said toxic stress. First, I want to tell you that this is a public health concern. This is a public health concern. So this affects everyone, communities, cities, the nation, the world. And it is being seen as a public health crisis of our time. That's why everybody needs to know about it and share it and heal from it. Okay, so that's why this is an important topic today. And then that conference was amazing. And the Orlando community, Central Florida, has vowed to be ACE aware and vowed to start to work to counteract ACEs, build resilience in people and in the community, and heal the community, because it's going to benefit all of us and raise up a better generation of children. How about that? That's a big deal. So toxic stress. So you have a childhood trauma. Those are ACEs. It could be different forms of abuse, physical or sexual, right? Emotional. Those are ACEs. Also, it could be family dysfunction. It could be a divorce in the home. It could be a family member or your father or mother going to prison. It could be growing up with an alcoholic in your home. A parent who has mental illness, who is substance abuse dependent. What else could it be? In a community, stricken with violence, gun violence, gang violence. You don't feel safe. You are in fear. All of that stuff are considered ACEs. And the list is being added to on a constant basis. Anything that a child could experience that is so overwhelming to them, that puts them in toxic stress. Let's talk about that. There's positive stress. Like when I get ready to do my word in the clinics on Friday, or I speak in front of 550 people like I did this week. That's positive stress. Our stress response system revs up. We get a little jittery. We get a little nervous. That's fight or flight, right? It helps us to focus. It helps us to do our best and exceed. Once that event is over, maybe a test, we go back to our baseline and we're fine. The body is designed to do that for us, right? Then there is tolerable stress. That is stress that, yes, I may have a divorce. My parents may break up. Yes, my dad may be incarcerated. Very stressful. But I have a buffer. I have a strong grandma. My mother is there. I have a village. People that loved me, nurtured me, supported me. I got therapy. I got help. I got counseling. There were people who helped me build resilience, cope, and buffered me from this terrible thing that is happening. And that's important. That's an important part of healing people. So that's tolerable stress. And we all have that. I had that in my life. Okay. Then there is toxic stress. Toxic stress, and I'm going to move fast because I don't like to be on here long. Toxic stress is when you have no buffer. And we know a lot of children like that. They're in the foster care system, juvenile justice system. Terrible things have happened to them. They have no one. Even the adults around them are incapable of helping them through it because it's been handed down through generations. They have no buffer. They have no source of healing, no source of making sense of what is happening. It becomes normal. They have no way to overcome what's going on. They just get stuck in it. That sets off in your body, let's get scientific, a whole set of biological processes that disrupts your neurologic system, your immune system, your endocrine system, your hormonal system, your brain. Okay? So when children are acting out in the midst of turmoil in their life, we need to start thinking, what is happening to you? Not what's wrong with you. Teachers, our public safety people, our police officers, our church folks. Try to meet people where they are and understand what they may be going through. You're not just bad, because literally your biology that controls what you do and who you are is being changed or dysregulated. You're in a heightened state of fight or flight. You're scanning the environment. So if something happens to me, I may just pop off, as you guys know, because I'm already there with my dysfunctional fight or flight system. My primitive brain has taken over. My executive functioning part of my brain that helps me to calm down and consider consequences and all those things, have that emotional intelligence, is gone. It's overregulated and downplayed. So I don't have that ability to settle down, use my words, calm down, because of all this toxic stress in my life. Okay? I'm going to give you some resources so you can look more into that in case I didn't make any sense. Hi, Adriana. But definitely look into that. It will make so much sense into the lives of people you may be around and even yourself. So we want individuals to take the ACE survey. Okay, you can just Google that, ACE questionnaire, take the ACE survey, and I want you to take that. I think it's 10 questions. We'll ask you about these things in your life, 10 questions, and you score yourself at the end. And I'm just being real. I consider myself to have 4 ACEs. And the more doses of ACEs you had as a child, the more impact on your health, your life, even your life expectancy, and even in the changing in your DNA that you pass on to your kids, that dysfunction, okay? Or those health outcomes. So if you have 4 more ACEs, you're 4 times more likely to have a heart attack. You're at increase for depression, all kinds of health problems. So definitely take that survey to get an understanding of where you lie. Share it with others. Share it with your doctor. Because if I know I'm at risk for that because of my ACE score, then now how do I counteract it? And so how you counteract it is build resilience.